Hello all, Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive. Catch this month's predictive information that is coming to you from a previously recorded 2026 collective reading that I did at the beginning of the year. You don't want to miss this. And click on the link in the description below to watch the entire 2-part video. Hello all, I'm Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to this year in preview for a collective reading for 2026. And I've never had this happen before. Normally I get these, I am long-winded. Brevity is not my strong suit for sure, but normally I get these done in, an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. But I got through 6 months in an hour. So we're going to do a part 2 because quite frankly, nobody's got time for that. So here we are, and let me introduce you to the cards that we're actually going to be working with, or what we have been working with. And by the way, the link is in the description below for part 1 of this when you are, if you are interested in checking that out. So we are pulling cards from the Awakened Tarot. And then we are also pulling a supportive goddess energy from Colette Baron Reid's Goddess Power Oracle. So, and I find it fascinating that this year we have had so many pentacles. What does that mean? Pentacles are thoughts that have become a thing. They are thoughts that have become tangible. It is the health and wealth. It is our material component to life. And 10 of Pentacles is about legacy. It's about arriving, having all the things that you worked hard to achieve. You've arrived. You've got enough in the bank, for your offspring. You've got enough to live comfortably for you. You've got enough to give away, and you've got enough to invest. And you are, considering where you came from, and you're considering where you're going. And what do you want to implement in those ways? So we are also in a 1 year, new beginnings, and 10s are new beginnings based on an already established foundation. So I think it's absolutely brilliant that we are starting the halfway point into the second half of the year under that 1 energy. So thank you, universe. Thank you, guides. Thank you, cards, for validating that energy that we are working through. So July is going to be a month that I feel brings with it a lot of churning feelings, churning emotions, concern around legacy, concern around what your personal path and personal legacy looks like. You're going to be feeling some anxiety around the path that you've chosen, or anxiety around the path that you're choosing. And what I keep hearing very clearly is the anxiety is an illusion. Yes, you're going to feel it on a physical level. That shit's real. But it is an illusion. I feel like it's the ego voice that's popping up, because the ego says, wait a second, we've never been here before. This is kind of a big deal. And what if it goes wrong? What if it goes south? What if you can't trust yourself? What if you can't trust what it is that you are stepping into? What if you can't trust that you are on the right track? And so the ego its sole purpose is to keep you safe. And it doesn't understand the difference between the pain of ripping a Band-Aid off of your arm or off of your hand and cutting the whole damn hand off. So it brings a 5-alarm fire to everything that you do. And it tries to keep you stuck. It tries to keep you in a place where it knows you're predictable. It knows that it can protect you in these ways, even if those ways are uncomfortable. So I feel like July, this 10 of Pentacles is coming up because you are going to be focusing on, what is my living legacy? You're going to be making some shifts and changes in that regard. And there's going to be fear around it. And I want to say to you, the fear is illusory. Keep moving down the path that you have chosen. Even if it's brand new, doesn't matter. It's a path that you're choosing, and it's important to do so. I feel like more is lost through indecision than wrong decision. And I'm also feeling like success is assured. I feel kind of on a global level that there's going to be, I mentioned in a previous month that there's going to be some kind of global initiative, a global, people coming together to create something new. And I see there being some kind of inauguration, a new announcement, a celebratory experience. I see a lot of people buying a lot of tickets. I see a lot of people feeling joyful to be able to fly, to go somewhere, to travel unimpeded. It feels very exciting, and it feels like an exciting time for humanity, something that people can really get behind and say, yes, okay, we're going in the right direction. I also feel like there's going to be some interesting issues around justice being served in some pretty broad ways. And I see there being a celebratory energy to the outcomes of those legal situations. And I would say to you, celebratory could go both ways. The criminal could be celebrating because they get off. Or it could be, the people celebrating because yay, or the victim or the survivor celebrating because they've been convicted. I would say to you, this feels more like a mass of people are very happy about this, the mass of people. So I want to say I feel like this is a good thing for people overall, not for the bad guys, so to speak. It's bad for the bad guys and great for the good guys. Here is our goddess energy, Eostra, new beginnings. Oh my God. Like, you can't make this shit up, guys. You just can't. So July marks the new beginnings. June was like a turning point. July is now, okay, we're in it now. There is celebratory energy to the new beginning and the fresh start, and we are supported in those new things that we are doing, that we are going to be bringing into the mix. I feel also like with this new beginning energy on an individual level, there are going to be stirrings in your soul that are going to encourage you to look at all areas and aspects of your life and determine where a new beginning or a fresh start is warranted. For some of you, changing one thing up is going to be enough. For a lot of us, we're going to make some big changes. I see people moving, maybe moving out of country, moving back into the country, people moving to another state, people moving to a place that they've always wanted to live. I feel this sense of like people saying, now's the time, seize the day. And we're going to do things that we really want to do. So I feel a lot of joy that comes out of this. We still are, I want to say in a kind of a bumpy situation overall, but I feel really good about it in general.